thing that you probably don't know, and because it was so natural for us, we didn't think too much about it. But every time somebody in our family got married, Uncle Frank gave us a picture. In some cases, he would just pick out one that he liked, and he would give it to us. In other cases, he would invite you over to pick out a picture. Sometimes you could go there and you could buy a picture, but usually Uncle Frank just gave us pictures. And of course, my mother had a lot of them. So then when she passed away, there was 3 of us, so we divided them up. So they've been spread out a little bit, and the same with his parents, had a bunch of them. And then, did you know that Uncle Frank had tuberculosis? I got to find out more from my cousin Chip, but he had tuberculosis, and I think it was Sunny Acres. It was over in Warrensville. There was a hospital there.
Yeah, there was a sanatorium.
Yes, and he spent some time there, and I'm not. Yeah. No, they tore it down. And he recovered from it. But the interesting thing that my cousin told me, now take this for what it's worth, but it makes sense. When he was in the sanatorium, they weren't allowed to have oil paints because of the oil and the tuberculosis. So his work at that period is all done in watercolors. So if you see watercolors, it probably was done when he was there. And he was there, I know, at least a year, but I'm not sure. I can find out, from my cousin when I see him Tuesday.
At what age?
It was older, but I'm not sure.
He was older.
Yeah, it was later in his life, but I'm not sure what age. I got to milk this out information from my cousin.
One of the pictures that I've got of him is sitting out on a farm, and he had a straw hat on, and he was sitting down in front of his easel painting haystacks. And guess what? I've got a little picture of the haystacks with the chickens in front of it. It's like 1903, 1905. So I've got the photograph of him painting the thing. So I thought that was sort of interesting.
And I got a picture that my mother gave to me that's a still life, and it's a wine decanter with a straw bottom, with a wine glass that's etched with a clump of grapes, and then I also have the glass that he drew part of the still life from.
I think that Ed forgot to tell you, when we visited Uncle Frank in '67, I think it was, he told us he always wanted his portrait to be handed down through the person who carried the Jirouch name. And we have 2 sons, as you have heard a while ago, but we only have 1 granddaughter. So it looks like the Jirouch name is not going to be the recipient.